I forgot the jello shot.
We got some jello. Allow me to do an atmosphere check. Just right quick, fast, in a hurry. Can I get somebody, just about 2 or 3 people to shout and give the Lord a hand clap of praise? That was good for me. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for that. I say give the Lord a hand clap of praise. All right, that's good. Let us bow our heads for prayer. Dear God, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for the ones that's here. We thank you for the ones that may be in the route. As we go forward, dear God, we ask that we decrease in ourselves, but increase in you. Hide us behind the cross, dear God. It's not nothing about us, but it's all about you, Father. We thank you for every participant. We thank you for everyone that put this thing together to attack anything that he tried to do to discourage. Matter of fact, if he tried to deter this program from what you want it to be, we ask him that he go right back to the pits of hell where he belongs, dear God. Amen. Father, when all this is over, we'll be so ever kind to give your name all praise, honor, and glory. And the people of God say amen. Amen.
All righty. I'm Dr. Glenda Williams, and I'm honored to be here for the second year at this awesome event. And at this time, we're going to have Mrs. Johnson, and she's going to come and she's going to give the history of the hidden hero.
Amen.
Amen.
What is a hidden hero? A hidden hero is an ordinary person who is an extraordinary role model. They are people who have much to teach us by the way that they lead their life, consistently doing small, positive things that others could do but not want or don't. A hidden hero shows us that actions help benefit others' lives just as much as it benefits their own. I'm going to read a little bit about the person that started the Pleasant Rankins is a native of Morero, a business woman and an owner in a community and an advocate for Stop the Violence. She started the Hidden Heroes Banquet 7 years ago to honor unknown heroes in the community. They make a difference day and proven success in the community and neighborhoods. This program is something that she birthed as if it was an actual baby. She realized that these individuals had to be recognized and honored. She wanted to assure them that they were appreciated and loved for all of their kind random acts. She wanted the world to know that in this crazy world, we still have great people. God has given us a gift, and each nominee represents that when they give above and beyond the call of duty.
Now we're going to get right into our honorees. And the first honoree that we have on today for the Hidden Hero Banquet is Miss Evelyn Ost, a native of Morero, mother of 3 kids, the late Marty, the late Dig, and Diana. She has helped the community in numerous ways in her lifetime by feeding the homeless, by housing people in her own home, and being a coach for the park. She has been an evangelist for 11 years. In 2012, she lost both her sons to violence, and even though through that tragic loss, she still continues to minister to the community for prayers and funerals and visuals. Let us please receive Mrs. Evelyn Ost. Our next honoree is Apostle Christina Phillips Francois. Apostle Christine is ordained vessel, a servant, prayer warrior, a prophet, and an entrepreneur, an author, a wife, and mother. In 2010, she had her first warfare conference, and was named as pastor of New Revelations Prophetic Ministries International. Through her passion for people in the community, her ministry has blessed thousands by feeding the homeless, a monthly Family in Need program, annual Christmas and Thanksgiving baskets, back to school giveaways, and also the Easter closet aid to single mothers. This apostle has definitely shown proof of her ministry. Let us receive her as she comes. Apostle. Next honoree is Miss Kendra Joy. A native of Charleston, South Carolina, she is known as the Goliath Gal in the community and actively educates and creates awareness of the Goliath culture through her interactive workshops of language, dance, and song. Kendra is the host of the WBOK show On the Move, and she is executive director of the nonprofit I Am My Sister, a licensed social worker and cultural and holistic family health consultant, certified belief therapist. She is definitely a woman that is on the move. Let us receive her as she comes.
WBOK. We got media in the house.
Media is in the
Blessing. Our next honoree is Kanisha Mark. Kanisha is a native of Fort Worth, Louisiana, and a graduate of John F. Kennedy. She is also the proud mother of the late Kaylin Ward. In 2009, Kanisha became not only a widow, but a single parent due to violence, to face another traumatic event of violence in 2015. This event changed her life. Since then, she has traveled the world telling her story. Kanisha is the founder of the nonprofit Saving Our Queens, where she assists girls with proms by giving gowns and makeovers. Kanisha is a mother, an author, and motivational speaker and advocate, and she is definitely a woman that has shown that she has love for her community. Let us receive her as she comes. And now at this time, I'm going to call Mrs. Tremaine Simmons, and she's going to come and she's going to do two of our last honors.
I'm gonna try to make it as short as I possibly can. These two people are my two people. The first person is Miss Barbara Scott. This is, I'm saying her little short bio. Hi, I'm Barbara Scott. I'm 57. I have 4 kids, 2 beautiful daughters and two handsome sons. My children are also blessed. Has also blessed me with 8 grandkids. I am an assistant plant manager for Jefferson Parish School Board. I am the kind of person that likes to help anyone when they need a helping hand. Myself and my sister nominated this person because when myself and my sister can no longer or cannot get to our mother, she is always willing to jump in and pitch in and take care of our mom for us. So now I bring up Miss Barbara Scott. If y'all from any part of Algiers, y'all should know this name, Anna Claire Simmons, or Anna Claire Ruffin, if y'all know the Ruffin family. This lady is something else. She cook for everybody. She house everybody. When you say, Mama, we need, I'm on my way. I'm coming. Who need clothes? I'm going to look for them. Claire Ruffin Simmons has been a most charitable citizen towards her community in Algiers, the Upper Ninth Ward, and the Union Bethel AME Church. Serving as a paraprofessional in Palmer Elementary School, Anna Claire Simmons was an institution. She taught reading and math. She gets on you definitely about your reading and math, I'm telling you. To children with emotional, behavior, and mental issues. The children were sometimes abused, traumatized, and deeply wounded. The most uninvolved and unloved, she found a way to make them feel loved and cared for. I bring y'all Miss Anna Claire.
did all this. Yes, she did. Nah. That's supposed to be my ride or die right there.
That's why we ain't telling.
4:45 the other morning at work. I'm wondering what she doing up at that time, thinking about certificates and shit. I'm at work, you was supposed to be asleep.
Do I ever
I
sleep?
ain't have nothing to do with this.
Clean his name. But I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all very much. Because it takes more than one person to do a lot of things. So that's why I'm a big fan of me always behind the scene, because it's not just about me. Shantae, love you. Anytime anybody call her, she's running. I think the girl got skates on her feet at all times. Because she's always there. I mean, there's so much I can say about everybody in this room. Now, my nominees back there, since I didn't have a chance to really know y'all, they stole everything in on me. I ain't getting no bios, no pictures, no nothing, but I just want to tell y'all I love y'all and thank y'all for being a part of Pleasant Palace. Thank y'all very much.
Amen.
Now, I'm getting off this stage. I hope I didn't forget nobody. I don't do all this. I don't care when I call her, she comes.
Yes.
She gonna stay on me. Cause it's the same day. Cause I'm there. She coming. So I want to thank you very much. I love you very much. Very, very much. To my children, I love y'all. My daughter-in-laws, I love y'all. Stand up, children. Stand up. And daughter-in-laws. My testimony baby and my daughter-in-law Jerika and their kids. This is my baby twin. Everybody know boss. So I want to thank everybody, y'all. And I don't talk this much. I'm getting done.
My name is Shanta White. I'm a native of this community. I'm born and raised in the Fisher Housing Development. This neighborhood is my neighborhood. We're all family. You know, we're all connected by one tragedy or another. There's a lot of faces in here that I know simply because I've spoken at their children's vigil or spoken at the funeral, or they've called me, and I've helped families pull plugs on children. I met Miss Evelyn through the tragedy of losing her two sons. I know Miss Felicia so many ways, but she lost her daughter, and I mean the strength that she exudes from her body. I could only aspire to be that strong. I've never lost a child. My son is 12 years old. But I do this work because I understand that if somebody doesn't do the work, then the tragedies will continue, and there's no voice to stand up and say enough is enough. I think it's very tragic that we're all 2 or 3 people removed from being related by blood, and yet we constantly kill each other's children. And you know, mothers are friends and they're burying sons. I just had the misfortune of speaking at a victim impact hearing, and I gave the victim impact statement for Miss Teresa Castle on behalf of her son Tremel, who was my student at John Ehret High School. And the child that helped kill him was his friend. He received 2 life sentences plus 50 years. It did my heart no justice to watch them hand a sentence down that basically confined him to a prison cell for the rest of his life. But it also did him no justice to go to that home with 2 other people and shoot his friends. So we all have consequences, and we all have to live and pay for the things that we do, which is why I do the work that I do. I want my life to speak for me in such a way that people say, that's Sandra's daughter. Because my mother's name is Sandra. My mother was addicted to crack cocaine until I was 12. I talk about my mother every chance I get because it's not to embarrass her. She hates it. But it's to say, but for your mistakes, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. Wow. My mother is 26 years clean and sober. I had a father, of course, that's how I got here, but I never knew him. He didn't think enough of me to be in my life. He died when I was 21. And at his funeral, I just couldn't even cry because it was almost like going to the funeral of a stranger. I have no memories to attach to you. I have no feelings to force any reaction or any emotion. But when I sit in a room of people, of men, y'all are my community fathers. I look to the community helped raise me. My coaches, if they were not in my life, I wouldn't be the woman I am today, which is why I do the work that I do. On top of being a community advocate, I'm also a principal at a middle school in Central City. Our kids have next to nothing, but as their principal, it is my job to promise them everything. And every need that they have, it is my duty to supply. And I can't do it alone, so I call upon my community, because that's what we're here for. That's what we're supposed to do. If there's a gap and we put out an all call, we're supposed to do what we're supposed to do for the sake of the community. You know, and that's another way I know Kanisha. Every time I look on her page, she's asking for something, not for herself, because she has what it is she needs. She's asking on behalf of somebody else's family. And I watch continuously as people pour into her so that she can pour into somebody else. That is who we are as a people. If you go back to our roots, that is who we are as people. They didn't even want us to educate ourselves. So what did black people do? We created our own language so that we knew what we were talking about, but they didn't know what we were talking about. And somewhere along the line, we lost the village.
That's
We
good.
lost the village. Somewhere along the line, we thought that it was best that in order for me to make it, I have to pull you down. That's not what we are about as a people. We are a people that said, if you have bread and I have eggs, we have as an egg sandwich.
Yes, right.
That's where we come from, right? I come out the project. I can remember if you step 2 steps out the door, you was at your neighbor's door. If my mama wasn't home, I could knock on the door and I could eat.
Right.
If I'm out of line, my neighbor could get me right and then go tell my mom, and then my mama gonna get me right before the neighbor having to get me right. But we can't do that no more. We can't correct our children because the mama gonna wanna come and ask you why you telling her daughter something. But that's the problem. We've lost sight of the village. And until we come together as the people that God intended us to be, these things will keep happening to us. We don't come from tragedy. We don't come from that. We would like to think slavery was a tragedy, right? But let me tell you what slavery did to us. It forced us to love on each other. It forced us to support each other. It forced us to be family. When they brought our ancestors over in those ships, there were some people that said, I'd rather jump in the water and die than go over to that land where I know I'm going to be enslaved for the rest of my life. But now we enslave each other with the guns and the drugs. We don't sell drugs to nobody but our own people. We don't pick up guns and kill anybody but our own people. And we always want to riot and talk and scream and yell when outsiders do it to us. But you should have that same energy when your son killing my son. Have that same energy, right?
Oh, yes.
Because if we were the community that we say we are, there's no reason why this lady would be without 2 sons. Because there were no outsiders that killed those babies. There was boys that looked just like her boys.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Right? If we loved on each other the way we should love on each other, when that young lady left that house, somebody should have been able to call her mama and say, I know where your daughter is. Right. And she'll still be here today. If we are the community that we say, our children will listen when we speak. And because we don't want to harm them, we want to say, I've been there, I've done that, and I went through it so you don't have to. My mama was addicted to crack cocaine, so I didn't have to. I didn't have to try it to know what it was. I saw her going through the withdrawals. I saw her shaking. I went to the crack house and got her. That was my job. I'm her daughter. I loved my mama with crack addiction, honey. You know I love her sober. Right? But see, I had a praying grandmother.
Yes, Lord.
My grandmother loved my mother because she was her daughter. I'm going to tell you about the community that I grew up in the project. They knew where my mom was. And when my grandmother went out looking for her, Miss Rosa B, look, don't tell her I told you, but she over there on the 2nd floor, the 3rd house. That's how we found her all the time. Every time. Because they can say what they want about those bricks that they knocked down, but we have more community in those bricks than we have right now today. They can say whatever they want. You had the fire hydrant, they're going to take that thing and open it up. You're going to put your bathing suit on. You
Summertime. It's summer, baby.
A dollar in a dream, we're going to have a ball, right? But somewhere along the line, we lost sight of the village. And that is why this type of event is so important, because it makes us understand that we are not alone in this fight. There are so many people doing so many wonderful things, but we're doing them on islands. When we decide to be a collective, some people on the outside would know what to do with us. But we're so busy being disconnected that we don't understand that unity is strength. You open up a box of a puzzle and it's in 1,000 pieces. You don't get to see the picture until you put all the pieces together.
Wow.
And until we literally put all the pieces together, we're gonna only see what they want us to see. They have to keep us disconnected. They have to keep us oppressed. They have to keep us conditioned, because if they do, that is the only way that their agenda moves forward. We don't have the means to put AK-47s in our community, but somehow they're getting in there. Ask yourself how. We don't own planes to go get the drugs from Colombia and across seas, but somehow it's making its way over here, and it's making its way in Marrero. How? What planes landing in Marrero?
Come on.
Y'all act like I'm talking in Spanish. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what God loves.
You're on the real, baby.
Somehow it's making it here, and you have to ask yourself, how does my 16-year-old get a hold of a gun with an extended clip? It's not even legal, but it's in our communities. How? How? We selling dope to our own people, we killing our own people, and our mamas are still living in poverty.
Yeah.
What have they gained since they took your boys? What have they gained? What, a 6x8 jail cell? Their mama's probably not running to go see them because she probably can't afford it.
Come on.
We all are one paycheck away from homelessness. So I don't have the leeway to look down on you unless I'm looking down to pull you up. But until we get that in our minds, we're gonna always be disconnected. We've lost sight of the village. It is our duty as the elders in this community. I'm not an elder to anybody but my son, but y'all are my elders. So I look to you, and my son looks to me, and we have to keep looking to each other for the strength, for the knowledge, for the wisdom, for the love. How come we can't love each other if we're not connected by blood? I'm not supposed to love you because I don't know you?
Come on.
You look just like me. I'm supposed to be able to love you. How do I pass you in the street and not say hello to you?
We couldn't even do that.
How do I do that?
We couldn't even do that.
My grandmother would have snatched me from here to Jerusalem if I walk past my elder and I don't acknowledge them. But see, now we have 35-year-old grandmothers.
That part. Right there. That part.
Right? But the problem is the 35-year-old grandmother has a mother who's not telling the 35-year-old the right way to do things.
Come on.
That's the problem.
Yes.
We want to be friends with our children. We don't want to parent our children.
Amen. Say that.
Because we've lost sight of the village.
Yes.
Lord, that's good.
I'm a villager. I don't know about you. I'm a community girl.
Yes, Lord.
If I don't have it, I'm going to go to my community and I'm going to beg for it.
That's right. No shame in my
None.
Yep.
None.
You say you have not because you have.
And it's Pleasant and Boss, they call this the hidden hero, but y'all ain't hiding from nobody that really can see. We see what you're doing. They only consider you hiding because guess what? You're not the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's of the world. Because we just watched y'all mayor give the key to the city to Jay-Z. The key to your city, where you live and where you pay taxes and where your children are buried. Your city. When you have the Kanisha Wards and the Evelyn Augustas and the Pleasant Rankins and the Bosses and the Derek Buells, how do you give the key to your city to Jay-Z?
What you say?
I'm going to tell her that next week when I go sit down at the table with her.
Can I know you will.
Sure. Oh, you know I'm going to tell her.
Oh, yeah, I know you will.
I don't worry about what anybody has to say about me because I live under a spiritual covering. That's why I never watch my back. God keeps me focused on my forward.
Come on.
Because He holds me down in the back.
Come on.
And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell Latoya Cantrell. When you came stood in my church and you asked us for your vote, you promised that you would lead a certain way. I have yet to see it. She don't know the race done started, and she kind of begged there. The race started, the gun done went off. The race has started. They still killing our children. What are you going to do about it?
That's right. Yes. I'm with you.
We are still living on the poverty level in terms of income and the cost of living. What are you going to do about it?
What you gonna do?
See, they like to think murder is not connected to socio-economic crisis. This is a crisis because you're not making enough to live. So then you go out there and you try to get it how you live, and then you end up killing somebody's child so they can't live, and the cycle continues, right?
That's right.
What God didn't give me
Project girl from on this side making 6 figures. I'm trying to make 6 cents. I'm living my best life. And I Kevin a lot. I share with my sister. I talk to her. They go by. I talk to my sister Christine, Apostle Phillips, Christine, and I tell her It takes somebody from across the river to appreciate a pastor like me, because I don't have a big church.
Yeah. That's what he does.
Y'all gonna catch that. Because I'm a small pastor with a big heart.
Yeah.
I don't have the people in position to give me the dough. But can I tell you something, y'all? The Bible says in Matthew 6:33, but first seek ye the kingdom of heaven. And not some things, but all things shall be added unto you. And that's all I do. I just seek. Listen, my church, we can fit up in here. But the thing is, we was up in here.
No, New Rev was in here.
New Rev was here.
New Rev was in
The
here.
thing is, if we're not a big pastor, you can't get the big push.
Yes.
The big pastors, I'm live. We live, and I want to be live when I say this. I ain't never scared. You take the big pastors that have the big money that do nothing, and the little pastors that have a little money do everything.
No.
Father, thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father.
That was just my
Speaking the truth.
That was my sermon. It shall come down.
I couldn't get appreciated across the river. Kanisha been doing her thing for years. Certain people look over her. Certain people look over me. I gotta come wait on this side for people to appreciate me. But guess what? I'm doing what the Bible tells me to do. Y'all still cross the river. Because the Bible says, I'm going to give you scripture, go ye therefore
That's right.
to all the nations.
You better come on.
Not to some, but to everybody.
That's right. Thank you.
We're going to pray for the food. I'll give you something.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you.
I'm not sure. Pleasant Pal is going to be the background of it, but we're going to be somewhere written a conference. Do is spread the news, tell Bunkusha, tell Pookie, tell Riri, tell them all. Tell them all. And next year we're going to be somewhere downtown at the conference center. We're not going to be at the Pleasant Palace. We might have the reception after here, but we're going to guess what? The round, can I say this? Wait a minute. Pretty face, give me a minute. Boston, China, can I say this to y'all? The Bible says like this, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor have it entered into the heart of man what God has for you. Now watch this. What God has for y'all is for y'all.
That's right.
What he's doing now, he's just giving you a preview of your coming attraction.
Wow.
And if you ever go to the movie, they give a glimpse.
Come on.
There's something that's about to happen.
What do you?
And then they get to the main event.
That's right.
So what he's doing is he's preparing you for the main event. Before you begin, okay, let me give you a scripture for the default. John said like this, for in my Father's house there are many mansions. He said, I go to prepare a place.
That's right.
What I'm saying to you is he's preparing that place, and y'all better begin to walk in your destiny.
That's right. That's our foundation plan.
God, we thank you for everyone that's assembled as we partake of this food. Father, we ask that God that may be nourishing for our bodies. We thank you for everyone that prepared this. But we speak in increase. We speak in financial increase, prosperity, not even prosperity financial, but health-wise, emotional-wise, physical, in this atmosphere, dear God. We thank you for everybody that came out, Father God. But as we begin, Father God, to eat, and the ones that may have to leave, as we leave this place, but never from your presence. Give us traveling grace back to our destination and food be nourished for our bodies. We ask this now in Jesus' name, and the people of God say amen. That's my sister. That's my sister. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Y'all cut up.
Happy birthday.
Cut up. Get them brand new.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Like I'm not one of American Idol.
First of all, thank you for this amazing event. This has been a very humbling experience, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so I just want to say thank you because I did not expect to be fed like how I got fed when I came in. And so, you know, thank you for that opportunity just to be present. And thank you, Brother Kevin, for nominating me. As the sister said, I'm an executive director of a nonprofit. It's called I Am My Sister. It's a wellness organization for women of color and their families. And what we do is we try to provide different ways of wellness to families of color, especially with the economic status that's happening. Y'all know who we got inside office. And so with a lot of things being taken away are just costing so much money, we're just going back to what our sister was saying earlier, just going back to village ways.
To the village.
Yep, back to the village. I'm a community baby too, so I completely get it. I completely get it. We have a Women of Color Days of Healing Conference taking place this weekend. We're going to be passing out flyers, but Thursday evening we have a networking and registration party. It's going to be at the Hilton Garden Inn Convention Center. That's 1001 South Peters. That Friday we're going to be doing wellness workshops with all of local facilitators. You were talking about the East, but all my people coming from across the East, so you know. But it's good people. That evening we're going to have a culture dinner. Our keynote speaker is going to be the former Global Chief Diversity Officer of McDonald's. Her name is Ms. Pat Harris. And that Saturday we're going to be at Congo Square from 10 to 5. At that particular event, the day of prayer, we have 10 women praying of different doctrines and different cultures. So we have Hindu sisters coming through. We got a big Buddhist population that's coming through. We got Christians coming through, sisters of Islam that are coming through. We got sisters of Ifa coming through, a lot of African traditions. We're all going to pray. They're going to pray. We're all going to pray together. And there's a feet washing activity that we're going to do if you're interested. And then from 12 to 5, it's going to be followed by entertainment. As well as Brother Chief is going to join us from 7 to 9. We got Native Americans coming from all across the United States that are going to be sitting down and talking to our Black masculine Indians to talk about what we can do to move forward. So all of this is to learn about each other, Black and brown bodies, moving, learning more about each other, growing, so we can be able to heal ourselves, our communities, and then hopefully just take over like we should be taking over everywhere.
That's right.
So
That's right.
if you have any questions, there are flyers that are going around, but thank you so much. The whole cost is just $65. The day of prayer is free.
I'm sharing
So
it now.
thank you so much. So
Yeah,
if you
I
have
gotta
any
share it.
questions,
I'm gonna share it.
you gonna share?
Yes.
Even though I stayed.
You stay.
And I'm WBOK, you gonna share?
I like that to be okay.
Help us out.
I got you.
All right. So thank you guys so much. Once again, thank you for the opportunity.
Knox Photography.